That's good. Okay.
That's
kind of funny.
Good. That's not
That's
good.
kind of funny.
That stinks. I just told it well. All right, if you read it, you won't laugh.
We really got to just pause the show for a second because Jim is noticing what I noticed. We, you really shouldn't hand this stuff to us while we're on the air.
Oh my God!
What is it? Where do you get to the end of it? It's got to be a joke. It has to be a joke. It has to be a joke.
Well, I guess I got to explain here.
All right, that's a joke.
I don't know if it's a joke. Get Ben in here.
It's a joke.
I don't think it is a joke. Well, that's the grand finale. So say that for last year. We're going to Washington.
3 hours.
We're going to Washington, D.C. You think that's a joke?
It's definitely a joke.
I hope so.
It is absolutely a joke. I won't allow you to attend something like that.
All right, well,
I wouldn't.
All right, well, that's no joke. A 3-hour meeting he has to do.
Jim never got his human resources training.
All right, hold on. Don't
Did
explain
we?
I know that Jim has to.
Not happening.
Wow,
No.
Not happening.
And they wonder why.
Why do you do this in the middle of the show? Who gave this out?
I
this
know.
Is, this
Oh,
is
dude,
gonna
this is our
square
show.
the-
This is our
gonna
show.
Squirrel the whole fucking show.
This
No,
is
I know
our
this would
no.
make
This
for
is
some
our
good
show.
talk.
This is good fodder. We're going to go down to D.C. and broadcast from the huge.
By the way, that place is amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable
beautiful.
down there in D.C. in the middle of the ghetto. It's the we'd like to call it the XM compound.
Yeah, there was a guy selling socks next door.
Dude,
Socks and shirts, 10 for $1.
they got guys from NASA.
I mean, 10
that are
for $10.
that are on the payroll that are there like 24 hours a day. It's just
Yeah.
an amazing place.
Have you seen the Captain Kirk chair they got?
We
there?
saw it all.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
It's a state of the art
Oh my
facility.
God,
It's
amazing.
It's gorgeous. Well, you could. Here's the deal. So we're going down to D.C. Sunday, but I don't even think we're going to make it because I think a huge snowstorm's coming in on Sunday, and then we're going to broadcast live from the XM compound Monday and Tuesday, and it's we're going to go down there and get to know some people.
You don't want to do that. You don't wanna
try
go
to get
down.
some synergy going between us and Washington D.C.
You don't want to do that.
And the Ben has just
gotta make
handed
a
in
move.
the Opie and Anthony visit agenda.
Yeah, I just got it from Eric Logan. He just sent it over.
Did it come wrapped in a diaper?
No, I mean, this is, they told me we're going to have stuff to do while we're there.
Let me explain something quickly. When we met with ELO, Opie, we met with ELO.
Wait, did they understand we can't stay?
Thank you. When we met with
We
ELO,
can't stay up to 9:30 at night. Are you insane? That's the middle of the night for us these days.
Yeah,
we met with
And that's when
ELO
dinner
about-
ends, and by the time they get us out of there back to the hotel, I'm sorry, Anthony,
my
because I'm just as pissed off as you. There's no way that's going to happen.
I know.
Go ahead.
He said, and we said in this meeting, that we need to get together to meet with him and a few other people about the show, right?
Yeah.
Just meet about the show. We were going to talk about what's going on with the program, how we're going to promote it a little better, things like this, and get FaceTime with maybe marketing, things like that concern the show directly.
I think what happened.
Why
Anthony,
does that then involve?
Sorry.
Involve. What is this
I'm gonna-
presentations?
I'm going to explain to you.
Start at 10:30.
Institutional shareholders, General Motors, Honda, Toyota panel.
All right,
discussing
listen.
content
Hold
in
on.
automotive environment.
Hold on, I'm going to explain to you. I think we have pissed off a lot of people in D.C., and this is the only way they could get back at us is to bore us to death in these meetings. This is how corporate people get back to you.
It starts at 10.
They can't, trash us back, so they can bore us to death.
10:30 to 11:30. Meeting Eric Logan, and then and what this means: future show planning, objectives, setting of the vision, which I think is what Hitler and Goebbels called the meeting. They sat down together.
Setting of the vision
But
is...
that's 10:30 to
final
11:30.
solution.
Setting of the vision is simple. Bring on the sluts.
Okay.
All right?
That is the meeting we asked for, and I thought we were going to, is from 10:30 to 11:30.
Anthony.
Period.
I thought we were going down there. We're doing the show, meet a few people, have a few laughs, do a little lunch in that really nice cafeteria they have. A couple
is
of casual meetings, maybe meet with. You notice we're not even meeting with Hugo.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, we are.
Oh, we
We
are.
are Tuesday.
Oh, what paragraph is that?
Tuesday. This is only one day. This
That's
is only
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Are you insane?
You forgot. Okay, after that meeting,
Dude, there's 20 things we got to do on Monday. We were supposed to go down there, do a show, have a few laughs, couple quick meetings, and that's it.
11:30 to 12. Listener care. Meeting to explain show to listener care who take complaints. Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone, click. There, that's that meeting wrapped up.
Basically, I would tell them, just tell them the show's not for them.
Yeah.
That's it. I explain.
Wow, so we're going to have to sit for a half an hour and discuss what they should do when listeners complain.
No. They're going to be sitting, and I don't know what you people are doing, but if there's a seat with JN on it, they're going to be like, why is there no one named JN in this room sitting here listening to this horse shit? 12,
Just duck them, man. Just duck out.
12 to 12:30.
Send your
working
producers
lunch.
to duck
Working lunch. Now, I don't know what this is.
No.
OEM panel with General Motors, Honda, Toyota. Discuss content in automotive environment? Does that mean we're going to discuss it in a car? Or we're going to discuss content in an automotive?
None of those
Are they gonna
cars are
sit
big enough for you
The
guys.
meeting
Are they
is
gonna-
in a car.
Are they going to sit us in the car and then play segments from our show and show how it's not going over well as people are driving down the highway?
See, when you guys are talking about this and we turn the wipers on, now that content is going to be, there's going to be intermittent chikum, 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 chikum. So you should change part of your presentation. What?
And one of the car reps is going to lean his head in and go, look, how do we explain what Ben's big bulge is to a possible dealership? How do we tell people that that's part of your program?
I wanna think-
Dude, I have to say I want to think this is a joke because the next thing says break.
Right.
And it's free time.
Right.
It's from 12:30 to 12:45.
It's kind of like Caddyshack when they can let the caddies into the
Yeah,
pool
caddies,
for 15
yeah.
minutes. The caddies, what if they say caddies swim 12 to 12:15 or something? Are you insane? I was just thinking last week that it's kind of a bummer that we're not in the compound down there and we're all kind of by ourselves up here and it's a
You
little
love
weird.
it.
We're our own
This is
bosses.
exactly what you
This
need
should
to
be every day.
And it's like, it's kind of weird, we do the show, we go home, we don't really get to interact with anyone or talk to anyone.
Perfect.
But now that they've handed in the agenda, thank effing God we're in New York. Because this is
telling
why
you.
nothing gets done in Washington. All they do is meetings, meeting
All
after
time.
meeting after meeting after.
It's contagious.
Someone joked us that XM stands for Extreme Meeting.
Extreme
now
Meeting.
I get it. That's why nothing gets done because they're too busy running to the next meeting.
12:45. You're right over there, Ben? Yeah. All right. 12:45 to 1:30. System training.
Yeah.
New Delete Plus system for automotive playback, etc.
Automation. Stupid.
Automation. Oh, I really am an idiot. What did I say?
Automotive.
Oh, yeah,
Although that makes perfect sense, too.
Yeah.
All right, well, so Steve and Eric will be involved in that meeting. I will not be.
Right.
That should say, by the way, can we have an asterisk? Except for Jim Norton, who'll be back in the hotel paying a prostitute by 1:30. That's what I will be doing.
Pencil that in.
Hold
I
on,
don't-
there's a
by
guy on the
1:30,
line
it's
that's
kinda
going
early.
to be in one of these meetings. Joe in D.C. Go ahead, Joe.
Joe?
Joe.
Phone is crapping out a little bit here.
Is this Joe Utenauer?
Listen, hi, Jimmy fans.
Hi, is this you, Joe, from 1:30 to 3:30 investor conference?
This is because we're going to try and, market the cars. I'm representing Toyota. We're trying to get you guys into car radios now. And we want to make all car manufacturers develop cars with a system that carries XM on board.
Right. And so, what is it?
Oh my God! This is what we're gonna.
Well, they
this is
want
the
us
stuff
to
we
think
have
that
to
you
sit
guys
through
could
for the
schmooze
next.
other developers that don't get the show yet, that don't understand the O&A concept or the virus. And they wanted to see if they could, in fact, let you guys kind of schmooze and win over why should XM be in cars instead of Sirius radio.
Yeah,
So they
right?
thought maybe you guys could win them over, so to speak, so that we, manufacturers would make the radios for the cars, and you guys would be doing like the, hey, use XM for us, They're going to let you guys sell it, actually.
Wow.
Thanks, Joe.
So,
Thanks, Joe.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard one word of this program ever? What are we going to possibly say to guys in suits?
I don't know.
All right, then our 15-minute break.
Another 15-minute break.
Wow.
So kind.
Y'all get 2 whole 15-minute breaks?
Oh, wait,
Do
investors
you
conference.
wake up early and
All right, listen. This is Monday's agenda, so I want to tell our faithful listeners: do not expect a good show on Tuesday.
Hold
We're
on.
going to be completely exhausted.
What is the investors conference from 1:30 to 3:30?
That might have been Joe who just called.
2 hours meeting with Joe and institutional shareholders. We're meeting with shareholders.
Institutional
Damn.
shareholders.
Yeah.
That means you pick up a sink if you're a big American Indian and
Tell
throw it
yourself.
through the window to get out of there.
Chief?
You want to watch the game?
You want to go to the meeting, do you? Just comb your hair like you have Down syndrome, and we'll be happy to take you to the meeting.
Wow, investors conference, then a break.
Investors conference for 2 hours.
And then a human resources legal 2005 policy.
3:45
And
to
those
4
broads, there are always broads who do that sensitivity
Always.
training. Every
Yeah.
network show I've done made us go into that, and they're horrible.
Oh, yeah.
They are horrible. Just say stuff like, so you mean we can't say nice pussy?
Right. That's
Wow.
taboo.
That is a beautiful pussy.
Now, you're going to have to be careful what kind of calendars you hang up in your office. Because in the work environment, even though this is your cubicle, people may pass by and find certain things offensive.
For example, they'll have examples.
Yeah.
Well, then the next thing is, pretty much we thought we'd meet with ELO and then do this next thing, building of shows. Next
building
steps,
of shows.
experts, structure, syndication, all that stuff to be discussed. That stuff we really will pay attention. We want to make the show better. That's all we care about.
We don't check in until 5:30. Travel
Yeah, we
to
do.
hotel, check in. No, we do.
We're going the day before. We're not traveling down Monday. What am I going to do? We're going Sunday. Should we sit maybe in the train station with our bags, like 3 hobos, and maybe freeze to death outside?
Obviously.
If these dimwits don't have us booked at that hotel for Sunday, you better book us for Sunday. Yeah, we'll be on the train at 2:30 in the morning so we can make the show.
And our luggage, we can just bring our luggage into the big compound. And maybe then just, check
Now,
in.
here's
Well, you don't have to pack
Here's-
socks. There's a guy next door who
In all-
sells them on the street.
Yeah.
Think of it like that.
True.
you
In
know?
all fairness,
Benefits.
that's got to be a mistake.
I
so.
think,
No,
I think that's a
Whitey's.
mistake. That is a
Really?
mistake. I've seen the confirmations for the hotels for Sundays.
They have,
All right.
all right, so 6
That's
to
a mistake.
6:30. 5:30, we travel to hotel and check in.
Well, no.
6 to 6:30, prep meeting with ELO.
What is prep meeting with ELO?
Does he-
We've met with ELO.
Does he stand outside the bathroom door and talk to me while I'm finally taking a shit because I've been working all day in these awful meetings and I traveled on a train?
Now-
What does he say? Can I get you another roll of paper in there, kiddo?
Jim, I got to be honest with you. I know it sounds horrible, but notice the schedule. You do have 2 15-minute breaks. That's more
God.
than enough time to drop a good deuce.
Oh, yes.
6:30 to 7:30, cocktails with Rams. That sounds like the last thing Robert Reed did before he died. Regional area managers aftermarket. There's regional area managers include a meeting and a meet and greet photo session.
A meet and greet photo session, which I'm sure will just look all perky and fresh as a daisy for.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what the picture's going to be. It's going to be my door closed. Take a picture of room 237, Doc. Don't even try to go into that room because he won't open the door. I'm going to be naked in my tub and I'm going to hug you with scabs on my back.
Scabs on my back.
Nice.
That's 6:30 to 7:30. Cocktail with Rams. 7:30 to 9:30. Dinner with Rams. Approximately 30 people, each with 15-minute marketing presentation.
15 minutes, 30 people?
That's 450 minutes.
Wait, they do say that. Approximately 30 people, each
7
with
hours.
15-minute market presentation.
My Senate.
Half hours.
Dinner with Rams.
By the way, George in Jersey is on the line. We don't have to go to the phone, but yeah, Blizzard Sunday. You guys aren't going anywhere. Thank
Good.
God.
Thank God.
Wait, how many hours is that? Approximately 30 people, each with 15 minutes.
I just said it.
That's 7.5 hours.
Right. That's what I said.
All
a
right,
minute ago.
this is
Remember
the
that?
biggest joke they're sending
No,
us.
I-
This is an absolute joke.
Although-
this is not real.
I don't think they mean it to be like each with 15-minute market. They wouldn't have said it. If they were kidding, this is what bugs me. If they were joking, they wouldn't have made it a 7.5-hour joke. They would have actually made it fit. And that was just a mistake. 7:30 to 9:30, dinner with Rams. What, if they would have won, would we have had dinner with the Falcons? You asses.
It has to be a joke.
No, that's
No.
just a typo. I'll
And wait, we never got to what is the meeting with ELO?
The prep meeting.
Prep meeting. What is that?
It's prep for the Rams.
Oh, I know what he says. All right, what you have to do is take
Guys,
something
please
that's
don't call them assholes.
Guys,
he's gonna just tell you how to keep your food down while they're talking because the urge is going to be to open a bag and vomit into it as they yap through your dinner.
basically, he's going to say, guys, they're going to be really boring. It's going to be a bore fest, but please do me a favor and make believe you really care about what they have to say.
Okay. That was Monday.
But basically, Anthony, the 30 people, I'm sure there's a few from each region, and it's going to add up to 2 hours of just psychobabble. So it'll probably be
So-
eight presentations.
Jimmy,
of
what's
15
on your
minutes each.
Tuesday agenda?
Well, no, and then bed is at 9:30, roughly, but that'll run late, I bet.
Of course it will.
Oh, okay. There is Tuesday's agenda here, which
Yes.
is a lot shorter. All right. So then they're allowing us to go to bed at 9:30.
Hey,
Thank
that's
you.
so nice.
That's
Isn't that
nice.
great?
And maybe we'll get woken up by McMurphy. Medication time. Medication time.
Nurse Ratchet.
Let me go to Brian in Dallas before we get to Tuesday's agenda, which is going to just get Jimmy just going nuts. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, hey, this customer care thing, all you got to do, tell people to cancel their effing subscriptions. You got to pay for this show, so if you don't like it, fuck off.
Absolutely.
You either get it or you don't get it. That's
Would
what
you like
tell
to
people.
represent us, sir,
Yes.
in the meetings?
All right.
Can we just isolate that and send that into the meeting?
Yeah.
When no one from this program shows up, you can just play that, and then they'll all go, "Oh, all right, meeting adjourned."
All right. Then Tuesday, 10:30 to 11:30 after the show planning with Elo and Strelo.
Dude, do you realize that Monday, this agenda they have for us has us working
From 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning
to
until
9:30
9:30 at night at the earliest.
And they expect
the earliest.
And they expect the show the next day. That's 19 hours of work.
Are they insane?
What are we working in a sweat factory?
With 2:15, and then that whole time
more
we got two
Nikes.
15-minute
More
breaks.
Nikes. You got to make more Nikes.
Well, it used to be an old printing shop or mill. Maybe
I mean it. You
Huh?
make more Nikes
National
right now.
Geographic,
Yeah.
right?
10:30 to 11:30, show planning with Elo Strelo. All right, that's acceptable. Talk about what's going on.
Well,
where
that
we move.
will truly help us.
That's fine.
All these other meetings, what you'll see is us just nodding a lot, like
1 hour after the show is all that is needed with these people.
Well, 11:30 to 12:30 is a working lunch. 2005 Corp Vision, Panero. Okay, that's you, Logan, etc. So we have to sit there and have a meeting with.
Well, that's not bad either.
I'm
you
just
know,
going to sit and chat with this etc. guy, and you guys can hang out with the rest.
and I'll just sit there and acknowledge that it is 2005. Hope you can deal with the bosses.
Here's the best. So then we have the working lunch, and that will wrap at 12:30. So from 12:30 to 1:30, it's kind of a wrap up where you're saying goodbye to people and getting yourself out of there, and you check out of the hotel. And guess what? At 1:30, Opie, Anthony, Ben Sparks, Eric, and Martini Steve all get to go to the train station
we
at
leave.
1:30.
Back on the choo-choo.
So everyone leaves except, and it says it right here, Jim Norton. And then Jim Norton from 1:30 to 4:30.
To 4:30.
3 hours will be hanging in human resources for sensitivity
training with Ann K and Elo
Ann K and Elo.
for sensitivity training for 3 hours.
Do you understand? You would have had a better shot if you would have written Jim Norton will model his abs and get a job with Ford Modeling. You would have had a better shot at if you think I'm staying down there and going through sensitivity training, you are out of your fucking mind. It's not happening. Sensitivity training, maybe you could send someone from human resources in and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I smell promo. Corporate diva.
Oh, this just is not happening.
Under any circumstances, that's not happening.
They're making y'all take the train.
Yeah,
How
we're
long
taking
is that?
the
like
train.
3 hours? 4
No,
hours?
they-
That's
So-
actually fine. Train's fine. We don't mind a train.
We don't mind that
How
at
about
all.
we have the
Flying's a nightmare.
sensitivity meeting on the
You take
train?
the 40-minute
3 hours.
Don't you understand? You have a better chance of Michael Corleone just handing the children over to Kay. That is more likely than me staying for that horrendous 3-hour meeting.
They're horrible, man.
That
You
is
don't wanna-
hilarious.
Here's how that should be worded.
And by the way,
1:30.
XM people, Jim Norton, my girlfriend says, is a gentleman, and she doesn't believe all the hype that he's a scumbag, and she loves him to death.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very nice to the girlfriend. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
a very respectful guy.
Of course you
Yeah.
are.
And the meeting should go like this. 1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they are wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. That's how that meeting goes. Hand out hankies on the way in. Jim, we don't like a lot. End of meeting. If I ever beat a black man to death in New Orleans and sit on his face until he suffocates, I am more than deserving of some sensitivity training. I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts. That is not happening.
This is not happening. Not just your Tuesday 3-hour meeting.
Guys, they want us to do this once a month, by the way.
This isn't happening. Well, you know something? They've completely turned me off to going down there and doing anything.
Well, it was supposed to be...
XM people, don't you know that's why they agreed to do your network? So they didn't have to do this dumb shit.
I will circle this. There it is. Monday, 10:30 to 11:30. Meeting ELO, future show planning, objectives, setting of the vision.
Acceptable.
That's the meeting. Listener care. Bap. No. Working lunch. No. I'm scratching out working.
There you go. Lunch. Lunch.
I'll keep lunch.
Lunch good.
But that's it.
Keep lunch.
Break. I'm keeping break, and I'm changing the 12 to a 1.
There you go.
12:30 to 1:45. Investor conference.
What about system training?
Oh, where is that?
We don't have to push any
Oh,
buttons.
I don't care about that because I'm not involved.
Nope.
Right.
Steve and Eric, you guys fight your own battle on that one.
That's
and
you
Ben.
guys. Investor conference is off. It just ain't happening.
What? They might give us a little inside info, though, that we could use wisely.
No, that can be done in the prep meeting. That can be done in the prep meeting right before the Rams. They can give us any information we have to on the way
You
to the
know what? Buy low, sell high. There you go. There's my input.
Greed is good. End of meeting.
End of meeting. Break, another break from 3:30 to 3:45. But I see it's the Human Resources Legal 2005 policy goes to 4:15. So now the break goes from 3:30 to 4:15.
There you go. That's a
One
nice
big
long
break.
break.
Yeah, we're doing satellite radio. Anything goes.
That is a nice break.
Building of the shows, next steps, experts, structure, syndication, etc. What is that? Who is that with?
I like that, actually.
No, but that goes.
I don't like it at 4:15 to 5:30.
No, that goes in the meeting from 11:30.
Oh, okay. I'll put an arrow.
You make two. Instead of 45 minutes in an hour, you add 15 minutes onto that first meeting, and that covers both. They become one meeting.
All right, because we're not going to listener care. So
No.
10:30 to 11:45 is the first meeting.
No, the only meeting.
And only meeting.
The meeting.
The meeting.
Know what is missing from this whole schedule, by the way? Marketing of the show.
Yes.
The one thing we care about.
Well, that may come under the heading of expert structure syndicate. That may come under next
I hope
steps.
so, because they said they had big plans for marketing the show in 2005.
Okay,
we heard that for
I
months.
think
a
it
couple
means
months.
they're going to get me a
Let's move
5X
on.
large shirt.
That may happen.
Travel to hotel. We don't need that because we've been checked in for the whole day
Yes.
before. Idiots. A prep meeting with ELO before the Ram dinner. We don't need that.
Absolutely
because
not.
We don't need the Ram dinner. I like it. It says cocktails with Rams. I'm just going to cross out with Rams and put hotel bar. Cocktails with Ben at hotel bar.
That's right. And then for what time is that, Ant?
That's 6:30 to 7:30.
Okay, so at 9:30 after dinner, carry Ben to room.
You're laughing too hard.
Carry Ben to room.
There's no way we're gonna.
It's been a little drunky brewster.
Oh, you gotta love it.
There's no way we're gonna attempt to travel back to the hotel starting at 9:30.
Under no circumstances.
No way. I'm already an hour and a half into my sleep. No way.
Hair of the dog that combed it.
Ben, is this
Your
serious?
brush is no good here, Mr. Torrance.
Oh, no wonder nothing gets done down there. Because this is probably an example of what all these guys have to do.
Well, no, this is how they lay out their days down there.
I wouldn't comb one hair on his goddamn little head.
I think it's fine that Jim's got to stay longer.
It's not happening.
I think Ben should go to a barber
When do you think maybe Ben should go to a barber?
as soon as possible.
Why are you raking him in his doll hair?
Ben, don't you go into room 151. That's on the bottle of Bacardi.
So that's the deal.
All right. Well,
This
I got
is-
my schedule, and I'm happy with it now.
I'm going to photocopy Anthony's and say that is my schedule as well.
There it is.
This is amazing, actually.
I think he actually left the human resource meeting
No, he
Philly
knows
on
better.
that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
now he's-
there it is.
There you go. Now
it
it's
is.
How about this?
now it's a Jim Norton schedule.
1:30 to 4:30. Instead of HR sensitivity training, put laughing on train with friends. As we zip north through Philadelphia.
As they sit there looking at their watches, wondering when you're going to arrive.
Exactly.
For the meeting.
Maybe the next time I go down, you could have promptness meetings because I missed this by a month.
Take staggering trip to bar car. Pretty much it.
Let's say hi to Bill in Texas. Go ahead, Bill.
Unbelievable.
Hey, they are absolutely fucking with you guys. There is no way they intend for you to do all that.
You don't-
They have got to be sitting back there laughing their
It
asses off.
has to be a joke.
It's not a joke. I'm telling you. Because
I
last
can't-
time we were down there, Strelo was going from meeting to meeting to meeting with the clipboard, and I was thinking to myself, and this is no radio bit, I'm thinking, how is he supposed to implement the stuff he's learning in these meetings if he's going to other meetings? There's never
all the
time to
time.
actually implement any of this shit.
See, this is the thing, dude. Corporate people, all corporate people, this would be a
They're all
joke.
douches.
They don't know how awful their lives are. They don't know how awful meetings are because they go to meetings. They don't understand that when you tell someone on the outside you have to do a day of meetings, it's just an impossibility. It's
It
an
is.
impossibility.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
And we'll be rolling tape in all these meetings.
Oh, there you
All
go.
of them.
All of them. Make sure we have that. Ben, I'm telling you, tell Steve.
I cannot.
And we're going to have a big sign that is on the wall saying, we are taping for broadcast.
They can't just let us meet with the people we need to meet with. I'm sure everyone was
We don't
told,
do well
hey,
with
O&A
structure.
are coming down. They're going to do their show, and then they're available for meetings. Oh, we better get them into human
When are they going to
resources.
schedule
we better
like?
get them in.
When are they going to schedule
Unbelievable.
like commercial taping that y'all could tape a commercial?
Right. Yeah, how about
That's
that?
funny.
Yeah.
That would promote your
Promote
show.
the show.
What,
Or,
yes,
or like take
Oh.
pictures for billboards across the nation.
There you go.
And buses and taxi cabs.
Also, you've
stuff.
noticed that there's no real promotion.
Yeah, there's nothing.
As far
the
as
only
our
thing
radio
I've seen
show
with
goes.
XM, Opie, and Anthony is Jim Norton when he did Tough Crowd.
Yep.
That's the only time. And by the way, as soon as I get
But we bring this up and they get mad at us. We
they
just
need
want
to do
the
two
show.
things.
We just
A,
want the
get me
show
a
to succeed.
5XL shirt, or give me a tapeworm so I can get down to that 3X when they sent me.
In
All right?
fairness, let's see what they do. Maybe they have some idea. They did say
They don't.
05 was the plan, so
They
maybe they
don't.
have it all laid out. I don't want to jump on them because they might already have
Did you
some
see
idea.
the meeting for the photographer and the camera crew?
Nope.
Exactly. It's not happening, fellas.
All right, Lori from Wisconsin. Yes, Lori.
Good morning.
Hi, Lori.
It's
How
a
are ya?
girl.
I think I'm the token female for the day.
No such thing as a token. Not in the new sensitive Opie and Anthony program.
That's
Not
right.
with Jim Norton, ultra sensitive man.
That's right. I apologize for all those things I've said. I didn't mean them.
Sensitive new
Oh,
age
no, I am in my
guy.
car just laughing my ass off because I feel so sorry for you guys if this is not a joke because I just left the corporate America bullshit world and I don't know who made it. Did you guys make the mistake of saying you guys wanted to schedule a meeting?
No.
Or was this planned in the first
No,
place?
it was
Because
presented
once you
to-
open your mouth saying that you want to schedule
Here's
something that you need to
here's
talk
what
about
here's what
something.
happened. Here's what happened. We were going to Vegas, and we voiced it on the air that there were a lot of miscommunications between us and Washington. Part of the reason because us being in New York and them being in Washington, we really don't get a lot of what they call FaceTime. Face-to-face to voice our ideas. So they go between a few intermediaries, and maybe some things get lost in the translation, some priorities get thrown around, and some of our wants and needs don't get met. So we had a meeting with ELO at the CES in Vegas, and we decided we would come down and do the show from Washington for 2 days.
Which should
and
be good
have-
enough, by the way, because then
Right.
people could get to know us in the hallways a little bit
That's
when we
it.
get lunch, you know.
Have a couple of meetings.
We'd have a few of the people on the show. It'd be nice. And then
But
maybe a
the
couple of
meetings-
meetings after the show, right?
The meetings I envisioned after the show
was marketing.
a couple of marketing people, ELO, and us sitting around discussing what would be the best way to market and promote the Opie and Anthony show. What's some content that we can now bring into the program, newer material,
How to
things
get
like
the
that.
show to the next level.
To the next level. That did not include human resources meetings. It didn't include meeting with aftermarket regional area managers. It didn't include a meeting with OEM panel. It didn't include meetings with institutional shareholders. It didn't include corporate vision. It's about the show, and it's about doing the show from Washington,
God.
not exhausting us.
The investors' conference is 2 hours?
2 hours.
Yep.
With the most boring people you've ever
Of
met.
course they
Okay,
are.
here's the meeting, by the way, I want to have with the car companies. Hey, Jim, we have GM, Honda, and Toyota. which one of these vehicles would you like to be driving? Which 2005 model can we offer you for perhaps a third of what you should pay for it because we're happy
No,
you're
man,
on
they'll
board?
give them to
Very
you for
good.
free. They'll give them to you.
I don't mind if they don't give it. I don't want to, that's the meeting I'll be involved with in the car.
Let's go to Catherine. Catherine?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hi, Catherine.
Long-time listener. Anthony, I just want to tell you that I fucking love you. You are the
Oh,
funniest man on the planet.
Thank you, Catherine.
I first heard you when you were doing Lamb Chop, like
Oh, my
10
God.
years ago.
That was
and
a
you're the
long
best ever.
time ago.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
Thank you, dear.
And to get you out of your meetings, boys,
Yes.
all you need is to get Jim over there to kick a little shit rock out of his pants, bring in a little bucket of sawdust, wet a chair, and act like complete animals.
Yeah,
Good callback.
We should wet ourselves and crap our pants
Oh,
in the meeting.
let me tell you this, and you can take this to the bank, as they say. If there are meetings we're sitting through, all morning I'm drinking coffee with half and half and other lactose-filled products.
I might have a banana smoothie.
I will show you the error of your ways.
If they want synergy, we'll give them synergy. You get to share in his lovely gas,
You have
too.
no idea what I will be doing in those meetings.
Going to smell like an offshore oil drill rig. Oh, great.
Oh, all right. Well, there you have it. Thanks, Ben, for giving us material.
Wow,
finally.
Ben.
Well,
Wow, Ben.
you know the funny thing is too, is Eric.
Wait. It's a funny thing? All right,
Wait,
hold on to your
Ralphie.
hats.
Ralphie, hold on.
Don't say a word.
Ben's got a funny
Funny thing coming up,
said
folks.
All right,
It's a
let's all
funny thing
stare at Ben. Yes,
coming
Ben?
up.
Pull over,
Ben?
folks. Funny
Yep.
thing coming up.
Wait. I got to get prepared
Get the
for
car
the
crash.
ensuing,
We got to get prepared for the funny.
the ensuing hilarity.
Hold on,
Bring on the funny as everyone has their finger
Eric,
on a button.
I suggest you take a seat.
Yeah, Eric, sit down,
Sit
please.
down.
Ben has something funny.
Go right ahead, Ben.
Elo suspected that you guys wouldn't be happy with this, but wanted to tell you that he's going to be in meetings all day, so he wouldn't be able to talk to you till this afternoon. So, more meetings. Very funny.
Mom! I'm not gonna lower it. I have to do this now.
I hit the wrong one again.
Wow, that was funny.
Oh, man.
Right again, Ben.
All right.
Right again.
Ralph, you need someone to open up for you? I mean, he's
Oh,
the
man.
real deal, man.
I
Ralphie
don't know if I
made
can follow that.
Mort from New Hampshire. Did XM have a huge binder with the master plan that they wouldn't show you? Remember that from the old days then?
True.
The master plan.
The master plan.
I just want to have a meeting about how to make the show better, how to get more guests on the show, maybe some experts in some fields, how they're going to market the show. Are they going to take us off the premium channel? That type of stuff.
Things like that.
They need to
Things
do
like
that.
that.
They need to do that. They need to open y'all up.
And all the rest of this stuff is just a waste of time. We'll nod a lot, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's going to be a waste of time.
Complete and total waste of time. I will not, mark my words, I will not be party to this. I will not be. I will go to any meeting after the show that involves Eric Logan and some very high-end marketing people to discuss the program, where we want it to go, and the marketing of the program. I will not be in the XM building any later than, I'll be realistic,
1:30,
yeah,
maybe?
after lunch. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
So
Sneak out.
Whatever you want to do for those 3 hours is great. You know that we were at WNEW for 6 years, and we never even acknowledged the human resource lady or her department. Never even acknowledged her.
All they do in entertainment, human resources, is they remove the humor from everything.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
And look, let's be honest. For as much as we are pigs on the air, no one here has any type of sexual harassment issues. We don't have any. I mean, we've teased people on the air. We don't interact in the office rudely with other people. Under no circumstances am I having one of those awful meetings.
Yeah, as soon as we leave this little environment that is the O&A show
We leave.
studio, the studio here, that's it. We
We're
completely.
not animals. We know how to act in society. We don't. What do you think? We run out there, grab the wiffle ball bat, and chase women around outside the studio? All right.
you still got it.
It
I thought you were
happened
gonna get
maybe
rid of
3
it.
or 4 times,
Yes.
the most. But
Here's the human resources meeting, how to better interact with coworkers. It should be with us, human resources, and a moving company with a truck. And we could say how to get that furniture into the truck faster.
get everyone else out of here.
Yeah,
Out of our
that's how you
workplace.
deal with us.
What does that mean? It's just-
Why are
I
these
just
people
will
here?
not do it.
Are these guys support for you,
No.
for y'all?
No, they're just.
Is this the only show shot? I mean,
Well, no, there's a couple guys that kind of seg music, from that tiny little closet over there. That's about it.
Yeah,
But they
there's a little
think,
closet.
but
so
they-
who are these other people?
but they think they're important because they could figure out what goes next to like Frank Sinatra's "Summer Wind."
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Why are they
resources.
even here? They should be in D.C. This should be like the Outlaws,
Well, trust me,
like the stepchild.
you want to talk
Another
about,
memo just in from Washington.
Yeah.
Oops, you're going to have to show up at one of the meetings now.
Oh.
You just suggested something.
Very insensitive.
Good idea.
I've got to change my whole schedule.
That's it.
I've
Now
got
you
to
have
fly in next Monday. Ralphie, you can't go home to sunny L.A.
You made a suggestion. Now you got to follow it up with 20 hours of meetings.
I'm sitting in there with Norton at the
mess.
sensitivity training, going, Norton, please, shoot me.
And-
Stab me in my eye, please. Do something.
As far as stop whining, it's one day at work. Look, I went home yesterday and slept for 5 hours. I slept for 5 hours. I went out and I did 4 shows.
Yeah.
And I tried to sleep and I overslept. There's no way I'm doing
You know
that.
what? It's not about that. I would spend, honestly, 6 hours in Washington if I knew it was going to make the
Productive.
show better.
Yes. Yep.
I will sit for 6 hours and take any suggestion that's going to make this radio show better. But this other stuff is just a waste of time that has nothing to do with Anthony and I and Norton and everybody else putting on
Non-productive fluff.
a clever, entertaining, funny show.
You want to
By
have
the
a
way,
lunch where
never
we
give
say
them a
hello?
time limit.
I don't mind that. I don't mind saying hi to
I will
people,
spend
meeting people.
6 hours schmoozing people that
Sure.
might make
Oh,
our
yeah.
show better, whether they're experts or other comedians or show prep experts, whatever. I don't know. But this other stuff is a complete waste of time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And know what it's gonna do? You watch. Tuesday's show is gonna be so goddamn awful because we're gonna be so tired.
I know, and
Because that's what ends up happening.
Yep.
And I'll wonder
Just
how it goes because I'll be
sneak
on
out.
a train.
Because you know what? The other reality is
Leave. Leave.
we joke about this, but the reality is every day we spend a good 3 or 4 hours after the show is over working on the next show. I know it doesn't sound like it some days, but and we fall flat on our faces, but the reality is we're constantly trying to make the show better and preparing for the next show.
That's right.
You notice that we're not going to be able to do anything except maybe read a newspaper really fast in the van from the hotel to the compound Tuesday morning. Because I'm not going to be in the mood to try to attempt to get anything together for the next day.
Of course not.
So
Yeah, there's nothing on there. They don't understand. There's nothing on here that includes prepping for the next day's show. I mean, they gave us no time for the show to hang out or for us to go back to wherever we're going and look online, read some papers, magazine, nothing.
And I'm kind of pissed off. Not kind of. The word marketing isn't anywhere on
Not
this thing.
once is it mentioned.
You're thinking it might be in one of these meetings.
There needs to be.
But marketing
so much more.
is number one on our list. What the F are they going to do to make this show, bigger?
Right.
You know?
Because you got competition coming.
Making it more aware to
got
the
major
current XM
competition.
Nation, which we're close to. We're only talking to what 1-2%. I don't even know of the entire XM Nation. And then there's all these people out there that would love this show if it was marketed properly.
And
Right.
believe me, and he's right, competition is showing up soon, and you want to be playing catch-up because it wasn't done stuff. So I don't want to jump the gun and say they don't, because they said they did, so they very well
They
might.
said they did for 2005.
Yeah, so they might, man. It's only January, 18th or
Well,
whatever?
instead of talking about that, we'll discuss content in automotive environment. Whatever that even means. I don't even know what
get you
that
up
means.
the premium channel so people like when I'm in a car. Only way I hear y'all is they play like excerpts of it on like 151 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
right.
All right. There's nothing, man. I mean, you got to be off the premium channels because they don't do that for like Hertz and Avis and stuff like that.
Maybe we could discuss things like that at the Ram dinner.
Hey, Mike from Boston, you ass. He writes, you dumbasses. In corporate America, everyone has to go take stupid sexual harassment training. Quit your bitching. This was never supposed to be a corporate job.
We're not
Don't
corporate
you get
America.
it? You know what radio was all
Dum
about?
dum.
before these stupid lawyers and suits and corporate people got involved. It was a bunch of guys that were losers and hippies that just got high and did drugs, came into a radio station and played their favorite music. That's what this was supposed to be. And now it's like, now they invented a human resource department. A human resource for people like us that do radio? Are you insane?
And as far as sexual harassment, you know, I don't need some corporate idiot telling me about it. I was raised properly, and I'm a pervert when I spend my money. I don't walk up to girls in the office and grab my crotch because I was raised right. I know not to act that way.
Isn't it insulting that they think you have to go to a meeting to learn how to be a human being?
Yeah.
That you're not going to go around with your schlong hanging out and walk into a cubicle and slap girls in the face with it?
And if you do, maybe you send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Yeah, those old dirty bitches with their big titties. Oh, you filthy, dirty animals.
Yeah, we get blamed.
Yeah.
We have not behaved badly
I just
at all
gotta
since we've
be,
been here.
man. It's
All
enough
right.
already.
What did we learn on the show today? Well,
I'm not even officially part of the show, but I just feel outraged for you.
And not just
yeah, but we
like,
bring this stuff
piss you
up.
off?
We bring this stuff up all the time, and you know they're
What-
like,
first of
"Oh,
all-
you guys complain too much on your radio show." Yeah, well, yeah, we want to be the best radio show in America. Simple. That's our goal. That's
Yeah.
our goal. But we need help to get there. We
Right.
can't you know, do this pretty good radio show to a small amount of people and assume that it's just going to grow like wildfire. You know,
Yeah.
we need help. Real help. We need to be off this stupid premium channel. We've proven ourselves by now that we're not animals with fucking horns coming out of our skulls.
I know.
That we put on a nice, clever, not nice, but a clever, entertaining radio show, and it's a funny show.
And
Do we
it's
get
pertinent.
edgy and outrageous at times? Well, yeah.
It's pertinent and it's new. I mean, it's relevant. The show is like, this should be on like a regular channel. Like, have your own channel. They've
But
got
enough with the
1,000 of them.
hiding. The show is pretty much hidden. And,
Yeah.
and with that, we've done very, very well. They're extremely happy with the amount of people listening to the show, but we're not.
We're gonna
because we
need
know it
you
could be
to-
a lot better.
We're going to need you to go ahead and come in for the entire day on Monday. Yeah. Yeah, and then why don't you go ahead and come in Tuesday also? Yeah.
Where's your flair?
Did you get the memo on the cover sheet for the TPS reports? Yeah. That's exactly what it's like, Office Space.
Yep.
We're going to be sitting in a room with the two
God
Bobs.
damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
See, I didn't really get that. I didn't really get that movie until I started working for XM Satellite Radio. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
we've never really been in a real corporate environment before.
How did y'all do that? I mean, how did you avoid the corporate bullshit?
Because we're dopey
We're-
radio
by being
guys. We don't
idiots,
take ourselves seriously. We're funny guys that like entertaining a bunch of people. That's all this was supposed to be.
You choose entertainment to avoid garbage like that.
Right.
Do you know that
I never
y'all
wanted
are the
a
only radio guys in the country that avoid that shit?
Oh.
Y'all are the only ones.
Dude,
There-
well,
Honestly,
I-
I mean, everybody. Do you know I had to pay FCC insurance? Did I tell you that?
Really?
Yeah, $22,000 a year.
Oh, geez, just in case you say something.
Yeah, like in case I drop a fuck or a shit
Yeah.
or goddamn.
That's
you know,
ridiculous.
and like some stations that don't have. Now that I've got it, I've abused it like 3 times. They have the delay, and they're kind of douchebags, like the pricks in Omaha were. All right, and
you better hurry up, bro. You're running out
I know,
of time.
I know, but it was
We
like
don't want
they
another Joe
have a
Rogan
delay.
situation here.
Oh, what? A Joe Rogan?
Go.
Oh, fuck it, then I'm out. Fuck it, wasn't that
what do we
really?
got,
No,
20?
well, just because we're running out of
On his mind all
Horrendous.
the time.
And I said omnipotent before because not only am I talentless and can't get on a bringer show, but my vocabulary is that of Voss when he was in 2nd grade. I meant to say omnipresent, but I said omnipotent. Yeah, my addiction is all-knowing. Fat-breasted idiot. Ugh. Maybe I should put that on the Tonight Show tape. You get it, Jay? I almost said.
It's gonna be a fun day, Anthony.
Oh, yes, indeed.
It's always fun when there's a miserable Jim Norton in the studio.
Oh, dude, I tried to sleep too, and I just had
bad.
nightmares of
You know what?
oversleeping.
We'll do you a favor, and we won't bring up the sensitive training meeting that you're going to be doing in Washington.
No, you can bring it up because you
No,
might as well.
we're not going to bring it up because I don't want to really piss you off or anything.
You know what else you could bring up? My trip to Jupiter because they have the same likelihood of happening.
You know, you have to meet with human resources when we're in Washington.
No
Talk
way.
about sexual harassment.
I would
Crap.
say
Ain't gonna happen.
I've never had a problem with a coworker like that. Who do I hit on? You, Eric? Did I ever flirt with him or one of the young interns? Believe me, if I haven't groped Nathaniel, I'm not ever going to grope anybody. If I let that sweet kid walk by without grabbing him.
I won't. I shan't be attending.
We kind of started that late in the show yesterday. The whole Washington trip, and that they have
an itinerary.
They have
for
set
us.
an agenda for us that is absolutely ridiculous. I got on the phone with Super Agent Bob Eatman last night, and he's going to be calling them today.
It's hours upon hours of work. I didn't work this many hours ever in my life. They want us to stay there and attend all these meetings.
We should
shareholders meetings. What?
All sorts of crap that starts right after the show. We're doing our show from Washington Monday and Tuesday, if we could even get down there.
Nor'easter coming, Opie.
Well, now they're saying.
Oh, look, the weatherman's.
Yeah. Well, now they're saying I think it's going to start snowing now.
And it's
it was supposed to snow Sunday, then it was Saturday, then late Friday. I think it's snowing now.
Snowing now through July, is what they're saying, and it's really going to pile up.
So we're supposed to go down there Monday and Tuesday to do the show, and then after the show we have all sorts of meetings and FaceTime with a lot of corporate bores down there in Washington. And Monday's agenda is absolutely ridiculous. And then Tuesday's agenda is not bad until you get to the 1:30 to 4:30 meeting, which is just for Jim Norton.
Yeah.
And ELO will be there, and some lady named Ann Kay, and it's human resources sensitivity training for Jim. I mean,
sensitivity.
We sat through some of that stuff, but it wasn't that long.
No 3 hours.
I don't think it was officially a sensitivity training meeting.
Boy, I wonder what Ann and Eric are going to talk about besides, well, do you think he's showing up? I don't know. Doesn't look good. He got on the train and threw something at us.
I picture an empty room, them two sitting in it, just looking at their watches.
Yeah.
Constantly. Well, what time is it? Any minute now, right?
All right, well.
As the choo-choo chugs along the tracks, carrying Jimmy home.
Yeah, I'll be hanging my bag out the window, just waving to Philadelphia. How are you, Philly? We miss you. I know you have no idea we're on yet. Let me hang my O&A shirt out the window. That will serve as a billboard for half a second. There it goes.
This is going to be an interesting radio show today.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, you're overachieving today, by the way. Martini Steve, everyone.
A bunch of bikes. Of course he hung up. Of course he hung up. Ugh.
You know, I'm starting to agree with Washington. I think you need some sensitivity training.
My God.
Oh, just a Canadian. Ugh.
Jimmy, don't forget, the agenda's right here when we go to Washington.
Oh, about. Go about.
Tuesday, 1:30 to 4:30. Human resources sensitivity training for little Jimmy Norton.
Not happening.
It's right there, dude. It's
not happening.
It's part of the agenda.
Really? Well, there's going to be a little fire set at the complex. And as we all run out, I'll just run to the train station. Maybe I'll take a train to Canada. Yuck.
Dude, Eric
Pat
Logan.
from Canada.
House. House. Oh.
Dude, Eric Logan set up the agenda, and he feels like you need sensitivity training. Sexual harassment, human resources.
Sexual harassment? Who do I harass?
Yeah, who is he harassed?
No, you haven't harassed anyone, but you got to watch the films and stuff.
Not watching them.
Films?
Yeah,
what
the films?
Not watching them.
Huh? Well,
nope.
Politically correct drivel. Again, that's the type of stuff that in Canada you can't even have like racist programming. They edit the content, and I mean not as far as language, but as far as you can't make fun of certain things because they are borderline communist.
Right.
They are socialist,
yes.
And they're borderline communist. It's a garbage country.
Would have been taken over by someone if we weren't sitting just to the south for
dude,
years.
They make me nauseous on such a base level.
What
I can't
an
tell
easy
you.
target Canada would be if we weren't sitting here.
dude, a little known fact: we owned Montreal. It was part of
Montreal.
It was part of America for like a day, and then we didn't want it.
This is what I hate about those.
We didn't want it.
Who wants it?
Did you know that it was part of the United States a long time ago?
At some point.
But we just give it back to them?
Pretty much.
Yeah, they all
Take
sound
it.
like homos. Take it.
Take your frozen tundra.
I've done the Montreal Comedy Festival a couple times, and I do the Nasty Show, and it sells out. So 600-seat theater, 13 shows sell out.
They got
before
a
the
great
festival
sense of
starts.
humor up there.
Because they're starved for any type of
Thank you.
entertainment
That's exactly
a little
what it is.
edgy.
Yep, they're repressed.
Dude, I went there a couple times too, and they're a great audience for comedy.
Yeah, they stink, and their strip clubs are overrated, and every chick down there stinks.
All right, now you're getting crazy.
No, I'm not. I
The
believe
women of Montreal are beautiful.
Ugh, overrated. Overrated.
No way. I think they're hotter than
Overrated.
a lot of the women you see walking around New York City.
Nah.
Definitely.
Dude, I've been there.
So what are we going to say to ELO about these meetings
Nothing.
and the agenda and
That we're
stuff?
not going.
Yeah, why even acknowledge it? Just don't do it.
We say that we're not going.
But they have a whole schedule. People are going to be sitting in conference rooms waiting for us to show up.
Let them sit. Let him sit.
Yep.
Unless we all want to draw straws, and the one that loses has to go and represent the entire show. But it ain't going to be me. I'll tell you one thing. In-room movies, room service. That's who I'm meeting with. I'm meeting with the wonderful person at the door with the cart.
Then why are we going there? We have to go
Room
down
service.
There. We have to go down there and kind of like,
I'll have a meeting right after the
synergy
show.
with some of these people, and we have to get some FaceTime with some of these people.
I won't have synergy or FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'm having a meeting after the show with a couple of people that are very involved with the future of this program. Anyone else? Bye. See ya.
Well, Army wants in on this really fast. Army the trucker. Go ahead, Army.
Yeah, sensitivity for others, consideration for others training. Give me a break. Oh, what kind of garbage is this?
I'll tell you what,
this stuff is weakening our country. It's making us a country of pussies. I don't think so,
dude,
man.
it's more thought policing by the left.
Yep.
That's all. It's more thought. And again, if you're sexually harassing somebody at work, you should be fired. But don't try to cut me off at the pass. I was raised right.
Well, it's corporate BS that they want us to go through.
Because these corporate scumbags have been protecting people who make money for the company, who sexually harass their secretaries, so they protect the guys that make the money. All right, man. They protect these guys, and then they make the rest of the people in the corporation suffer because they got sued because they overprotected the guy they should have fired.
Well, dude, I don't want to deal with the whole ELO thing. Someone else has got to deal with the phone call saying that...
I'll deal with it. Not going. Click.
That this agenda is way out of hand, and... Well, I don't really care about the sensitivity training because I don't see Anthony and my name next to that part of this agenda.
No, I just see us on Monday with 19 hours of of meetings.
All the way to 9:30 at night. That ain't happening. We'll cut a few of these things out, but, we will get some FaceTime with some of the people down there and, and talk about how to make this show better.
I'm drooling on my pillow by 9:30.
Yeah.
I will not be sitting in a meeting or having dinner or talking to institutional investors or automotive people.
All right.
Context of show in automobile.
Let's say hi to ELO.
It's ELO.
Eric?
How are you?
Hi, Eric.
How you doing,
Mr.
Eric?
Logan, how are you?
Jimmy?
Pleasure to speak with you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm tired, actually. I'm very
Hey,
cranky.
listen, I wanted to just let you know that I really appreciate all the help you're giving us. We actually are applying for our Canadian license as we speak with the Canadian government. So,
are you really?
Yes.
Please, good. You'll get it.
No, I think the last 15 minutes will go a long way in communicating our support for the Canadians and how we can be in business with them.
Hence the sensitivity.
I apologize. I wasn't being very sensitive.
Yeah, I mean that's the 1:30 on Tuesday. So
1:30 on Tuesday, meeting with Canadians.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm
coming with a Maple Leafs jersey on.
If you don't mind, I'm going to strike the HR sensitivity training. I'm just going to put Canadian sensitivity training.
I have to apologize to the Prime Minister, but I have to do it through a hole in a buddy booth. That stupid country stinks.
So, Eric,
set fire to it.
Eric, obviously Norton has a little problem meeting with human resources and talking about sexual harassment and sensitivity training.
I don't know. I mean, it's just really, honestly, just company policy. I mean, everybody has to go through it. I mean, you don't have to be involved. You could just sit there and watch the videos, and there's a little test at the end of it that you have to fill out
test?
that you saw it, and you have to it's kind of a quiz, and they have some questions on there that says things to the effect of, it's like, if somebody approached you in the hallway and said this.
Scenarios.
I can't tell you what the questions are, obviously, but I mean, it's, you get the point. You have to kind of test out of the class because for people who don't, they have to go back through it again because it's something that, corporate America makes us do. So.
Well, here's how you know I'm doing the test. After the video of the sexual harassment, you guys can turn the lights on, and when you see a powerful tent in the front of my pants, you'll know I passed.
Well,
okay, and the answer to every question is throw her against the wall and take what's yours.
Grid, but I'm sure we can work that out.
So, so can we cut down?
And by the way, guys, I apologize on the agenda too. 5:30 I had checked in. You guys are getting here on Sunday, so that was a typo on my behalf. I apologize.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
And also, how come, and I'm not trying to throw my friends in the barrel, but none of the other guys had to go through sensitivity training.
Well,
They did. They came down. I don't know where you were. I think you were on the road or something before the show started.
I know we talked to Human Resources for a little while.
I sat in hours of meetings when we were down there.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they were for.
Yeah,
Are you telling me I
Anthony
actually sat through that?
Passed out completely in the meeting.
Was that the one in the big conference room?
That was the one in the big conference room, yes.
Well,
there's no way I'm sitting in a 3-hour meeting with a woman from human. I can't have.
Well,
who am I going to sexually harass? There's all guys up here.
Well, Jimmy, I mean, look, I mean, it's slated for 3 hours. I mean, you just need to calm down. Is what you need to do.
I'm very calm.
No, you're not.
Am I going to do?
You're out of your mind.
Am I going to look at the mule of the guy who runs the Broadway channel in the restroom? What am I going to do?
Jimmy, it's
I'm being sensitive.
Jimmy, it's only 3 hours at the most. I mean, again, you know, I will cut some of the stuff out. I may try to get you out of here by 4, and you can catch the 4:10, and you can be back in New York by 7:30.
Can't happen. Well, what can happen though is she can come here. She's more than welcome to come here and follow me around while I do my spots and wait in the car for me, and then I can talk to her as I'm driving from the cellar to stand up New York.
All right, well, you know what, Jimmy, we should talk offline, because, I mean, you and I really have to hammer this out. I mean, this is just, I mean, it's something that has to happen. I mean, everybody goes through this.
Not happening.
It's got to happen.
Can't happen.
Why not?
Because I don't subscribe to it. I think it's more thought policing, and I think that the guilty should be fired immediately, and I'm guilty of nothing. And I don't sexually harass people. I'm a pig on the air, and I'm a pig off the air, but not in the office. I ignore everybody in the office.
And what's the whole sensitivity training as far as Norton goes?
Well, I mean, really what it is just to kind of understand
'cause he
where
curses probably
personal boundaries are and what's considered over the line. And it's not as much about content on the show. It's just behavior in the corporate workplace. And since, you know, we want to get you guys more integrated down here, as you know, Jimmy, and bring you down, we just need to make sure we're really clear about where the lines are. I mean, we've had people go through this, and we're, you know, launching the baseball channel, and we're putting our baseball athletes, you know, Kevin Kennedy's going through this, and we all got to do it.
Are they going to sit down for sensitivity training
Of
so
course.
people know that they shouldn't shoot steroids and then be a hero to children? Maybe they could sit in the meeting with them. Me and Giambi could sit there and chit-chat for a little while. And I'll tell you where the line is. It's right under my belt, and it's in the form of a zipper, and I'll take it out and show any gal who wants to see it.
I mean, you're making my point, Jim. I mean, you're really. I understand your angst about this, but
It's not even angst. I'm a gentleman off the air. I treat
he
people
is.
respectfully, and I will not be put through any type of silly corporate training when I've done nothing to merit it except be a fine fellow.
I just want to be
Right.
able to tape this meeting and throw it on the air.
There's
That's
no
all.
way I'm leaving after everybody else. It's
Well,
an
I mean,
impossibility.
I don't know. I mean, we can tape it, Opie. I mean, it's a great idea. I mean, it'd probably be a good thing for everybody to kind of understand. I mean, it's not as bad as you think it is. It really is not.
It's horrendous on every level. I'm giving up 2 nights of stand-up to be down there to begin with, which I can't afford to, so I'm trying to make a tape for the Tonight Show.
Right.
I'm not going to give up 3 more hours, get on a train later, and then come home by myself like an ass.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to some lady who's got shorter hair than most ladies should in human resources.
Well, you know, you guys can discuss
Well,
this,
I
but
mean,
I have a problem with the number of meetings that we're in.
Well, I mean, listen, I mean, and also just understand something. I know I got a message from Ben about the Ram dinner that night, you know, with the 15 people. Everybody who's coming, even though it says 30 people, it's broken out into markets. So we will have, you know, that'll be done within 2 hours for sure.
You do understand you're saying the word hours?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, 60 minutes. So it's like 120, possibly 140, 145 minutes, kind of, if you want to go by the minute. I just thought we'd just do hours.
Will you go to that, Jimmy?
Yeah, dinner, of course I'll eat. And then maybe we could cover the sensitivity training. Maybe I could just stand naked and Gloria Allred could come in and point at my genitals and go, dirty, dirty, dirty.
Could happen. Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
You know I love you, right?
And it's very mutual.
I mean, seriously, you know I love you.
Yes, I'm very fond of you.
Okay, and you know that there's no way in hell I'd make you sit through 3 hours sensitivity training.
No, of course not, because I'll be on the train or I'll be in New York. I'll be in New York.
Opie, you can tell him.
He so got you.
Oh.
He so got you.
Oh.
I sat in my office yesterday, and because Jimmy was like, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" So I figured, what the hell? I'll make an agenda.
We so got him.
Oh my God.
Do you know? And I'm going to be really honest with you. At first I'm like, this is a joke.
I was sure it was a joke.
I'm walking home yesterday, and I'm like, this is not a joke. This is because corporate America is so God damn it. Oh, you really nailed me.
Bravo, Elo.
When I put break and I put free time on there,
yeah,
I said I screwed up. I said they're going to see right through.
We got the king, man. We got the king.
But that was so well. I really, and the explanation, what you were just saying on the thing, I mean, I didn't want to yell at you because, A, I like you, but, more importantly, you can fire me. You're my boss. But I'm like, this son of a bitch is really going to put me through this. Wow.
I'd love nothing more to get the tapes and just go through it with this.
Oh, yeah.
That would be, actually, it would be a great plan.
Honestly, here's the deal. When this came in yesterday from Ben was in on the gag with Elo. I was had. I was definitely had all day yesterday.
I was had.
Anthony was had, and then Ben let me in on it last night, and then I started feeling guilty because I know how Norton obsesses about things. I'm like, this is a fun gag, and we'll get him bad, we'll smash him really good, but I know he'll spend all night. That's probably why he didn't sleep, by the way, if I know you a little bit.
I heard you say that this morning. I felt really bad.
No, I'm not even kidding. Elo, I guarantee he obsessed about this all day
I
long.
thought about it yesterday. I didn't think about it at night. I was too depressed about my sexual addiction, but you got me, and I deserved it because I'm a creep. But I'm like, this is about things I've said on the show. They're worried I'm going to do something in the office. You really nailed my stupid fat face. Good one. Oh, that was a good one.
And Herky Jerky Ben got your back because he was in on it from the beginning.
Bravo,
This was a good
Elo.
one.
I had to do something.
Really
it's gonna
got
be
me.
fun. You guys come down here. I promise you. I promise you. There's no hours of meetings. We're gonna have a great time and do a couple things and get you guys out of here.
That was brilliantly. The break things were. That was the only error because the other stuff was so brilliantly worded.
It was hysterical. It's
auto.
15 minutes for free time.
and what the cat yesterday was like, is you're asking when you could take your dump, and the guy was like, "Hey, lighten up. You got 2 15-minute breaks."
Were you guys just all sitting around in Washington just laughing hysterically in an office somewhere as we're losing our minds up here?
Actually, the funny part about the whole Ram dinner, I mean, there is no Ram dinner. I mean, the dinner is going to be us, jerking off at a Irish pub getting hammered. I mean, that's what it's going to be.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
But anyway, so Brian Shea and Dan Murphy and all the guys that run all the Circuit Cities and Best Buys and clients, all the Rams, which are the regional area managers all across the country, all were listening to the show. They all called him in a fit of rage and panic yesterday, going, "What are we presenting? We didn't even know we had to be there." So they had no idea either.
Got those dimwits too.
I think Anthony was suspicious the whole time.
No, I was suspicious at first. Not even at first. Not at first. At first, I bought it. Then, as I looked at it more, I'm like, "There's no way this could be real." And then, as I remembered some of the stuff that's gone on in the corporate world, I was like, "Oh my God, this is true."
Yeah.
So yeah, I was completely gotten.
Do you know what helped sell me? And it was a little thing. It was when I said you text messaged him and said, "Oh, stop being babies. It's one day of work." And that was such. Yesterday, he said that on the show.
Oh yeah.
That was such a boss thing to say. Like,
that
was
was
one day, guys.
Right.
That was a listener actually.
I thought it was Eric Logan.
Oh, no.
For some reason, I misinterpreted that as Logan, and that sold me.
No, because I didn't know until last night when I was getting ready to crash.
Yeah, Opie figured it out and called me last night.
Well, no,
About 8:30, right?
My text message was, "I hate your guts. Payback's going to be a bitch." I go, we're never gotten. And then I'm like, well, we won't tell Jim because we'll have fun tomorrow with this.
That is really.
Hey, by the way,
funny.
what is institutional
shareholders?
Yeah, shareholders.
But, basically what Joe Utenauer, who's our CFO, manages all the big funds like Legg Mason and T. Rowe Price and all those folks that actually that have a large amount of stock in the company. So they often ask questions about where we're going and stuff. So
all right.
It's not unusual for us to do investor meetings and stuff like that.
There's the memo.
Schedule.
The schedule being ripped up. Very good, Eric.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That was written up. Those little things were written up so well. That was because it's like we're not dumb, and it's like, God damn it, this is for real. Like we thought it was a goof, and then like, no, this is real.
It was worded the way they actually word things.
But that would be honestly. I mean, the thing about it is that would not be an uncommon day.
Right.
At XM.
That's why it sold so well. Is because I looked at it going, no, this is what they deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah. I mean, it's meetings and meetings and meetings, and I mean, it's what it is. And I think Opie said it with XM, extreme meetings. So.
Right. Well, have you been listening to the show? Our new intern came in today with a $2,000 three-piece suit.
Yeah. What is the story with that?
We're calling him Mini Low.
And a Gucci belt.
Mini Low.
Yeah, he's Mr. Little Business Guy.
Well, what size is he? Because I'm exploding out of my suits. I'm gaining weight at a blistering pace, and I can fit in some of my old suits.
He's a diminutive little fellow. Maybe
cool.
Let's see if we can.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, Eric.
Good one, man.
You guys have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, Eric.
Oh, I love that.
So happy with himself that he got us.
Really, really
You
got
should have
me.
saw your face
Nailed.
when we were telling you.
Nailed.
Priceless. We should have freaking videotaped that.
Because he kind of was like, I talked to him very comfortably. He's a really good guy, but in that moment, he's like kind of in boss mode. I'm like,
when he said we'll talk about this offline,
Oh.
it was like, oh no, Jimmy's gonna have to sit through this meeting on the phone now about the meeting, offline. It's like, uh-oh.
That was good.
That
you're rarely gotten.
Yeah, I gotta respect
that was a
that.
good one.